Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Scorpio, I am here to do a reading that's a little bit different than the usual. We're going to do 3 hands, so I'm trying to get just a little more energy in and little, different scenarios, so we're not just looking at one read here that you need to make sense of. So we're going to do 3 separate decks, 3 separate hands, and thank you for clicking here. If you are brand new and you've never been here before, I hope you'll be here in the comments with us. Some of us like to be there. And if you're the person who's always hanging out with your thumbs up, your support, being in the comments, sharing, subscribing, I appreciate you so much. Scorpio, I don't know that you know this, but way back in the day, 4 years ago when I was starting this channel, your Scorpios are the ones that started me out in this channel. You guys came running with your love and your kindness, and you opened up this channel for me, so I'm forever grateful and in your debt. Here we go. Scorpio, let's find out what's coming up for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is always for the week ahead whenever you find it. Here we go. Tell me about Scorpio. We have the 3 of Wands. Ooh, I want to put my hand up to my mouth and go, incoming! Something is arriving here. Tell me what it is. It feels like you've been waiting for it, whatever it is, whatever's arriving. Tell me what's arriving for Scorpio, please. 7 of Wands, something that perhaps you want to keep at arm's length. It feels like it almost puts you in a little bit of defensive energy here, Scorpio. Tell me why. Ooh, that's why. The Lovers is here. So it feels like it's putting you in a little bit of a defensive energy here. And what's arriving is a soulmate or someone you feel very deeply connected to. It's a choice in love. So for some of you, there's more than one person. We've got 2 hearts here. I'm hearing Phil Collins in my head, 2 hearts living in just one mind. Beating together till the end of time. They are touching these hearts. So there might be something in that song from Phil Collins for you. What else do we need to know? Why are you feeling defensive about the Lovers? Page of Pentacles. Because you think that the opportunity is not big enough. It's kind of like you're standing back, right? You're standing back and you're waiting for it to arrive to see what it will appear or grow to be. I feel like there is some sort of a small, there's a small gesture that is coming, Scorpio, for you, feminine or masculine. There's a small gesture that is coming. It could be a gesture coming from the lover, could be a Gemini, but it feels like with the Page of Stars in this particular deck, the Wandering Moon Tarot, this is Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is telling me that there is maybe a commitment. Look, I'm looking at this wreath, and one thing I do know, because, well, I'm a medieval nerd. What I do know about the wreaths back in the day, that instead of exchanging rings, an engagement ring, let's just say, if 2 people were to be wed, they were betrothed, and they wouldn't exchange rings until the ceremony, until the time in which they were married. But the wreath was made by the mother of the groom, and she would make these 2 beautiful wreaths, and the wreaths were to be worn on the head every time that they left the castle, so someone else would know that they were already betrothed until they moved into rings in the later times. But I want to say that this is the reason that you're feeling defensive is because maybe you're not feeling like you are wanting to take it all the way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're looking at this very small opportunity, and it's like, this small opportunity could turn into something that ends up coming full circle, but you're not really sure if this is what you want. Tell me why you're feeling so defensive here. Because it does feel like it's showing up for you, and I think you've manifested it, but I feel like you've got it sort of at arm's length. Why is that? Because the World is in the reverse. So this is someone that you know. You have unfinished business with this person. So what else? We have the Page of Swords. You've been watching them. You know what it is. You're so sneaky. I love that about you, though. I feel like you've been watching somebody. Like maybe you've been watching them online, and you know that maybe they've been saying things online that gives a little bit of an indication that they might be coming your way. So I think you're already prepared, which is not unlike you. We've got the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords and the Page of Swords tells me that you know this person already, and the reason that you may have split up with them or are not really in this lover's energy with them right now is because there was some sort of a difference of opinion or a conflict. So 5 Swords is about the disagreement. I feel like you've healed from that since, but I still feel like we left things unfinished. We didn't close the door. We didn't say we were over. We didn't really give it any more energy than maybe just falling into silence and then start watching each other. We start watching instead of, we start stalking instead of talking. That's what it is. And then we have the 10 of Cups, the Chariot, and the Ace of Swords. Look, I feel like you are holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back and you're reserving judgment. And I feel like with the Chariot energy, it tells me that you really want to go. You really want to jump at them and say, I'm ready, let's go. But I think that the Ace of Swords is kind of pulling you in, like pulling you back. The Ace of Swords is more about clarity. I want to know what the contract is. I want to read the fine print. I want to get all the information that I need before I decide that this is a triumphant victory. So it is 10 cups. I'm going to say, whoever this is, whoever the lovers is, this person wants all of it with you. They want to give you the 10 of cups. They want to be happy with you, emotionally happy, and they want to race to judgment. I feel like this person, whoever we're talking about, we'll talk more about them a little bit here, I feel like they are on a fast track trying to nail somebody down. Do you know what I mean? Like they want someone to call their own. So this person's coming in with a really small offer. Tell me more about this. I've got the Queen of Wands. Well, this person is somebody that you're very attracted to. And I feel like this Queen of Wands, like it almost feels like the small gift or the small opportunity that they're giving you is small because this Queen of Wands doesn't really want to be held down. Like this Queen of Wands is someone who wants to be able to have the room to move. The Queen of Wands isn't listening to you, no matter what sign you are. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who does their own thing, very independent, somebody who, even if they're in a relationship, is acting independently of you. And so what that means is they're not codependent, which is a great thing. They're very, very much standing on their own 2 feet, and you don't have to be codependent with them because that's not what they want. But I feel like the reason that they're giving you just a little bit is because they don't want to be tied to you or tied down. They're really being careful because they don't want to have codependency either. We have the 4 of Wands, but they do want you in this situation of a stable, fiery, passionate, fun kind of relationship. What they want to do is they want to ask you to exclude everyone else and only give your attention to them. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands will demand it. Your eyes are on me, Scorpio. Like the Queen of Wands will say to you, your eyes are on me, Scorpio, or this isn't going down. Because it's a little bit of ego, because this person is so good looking and offers a lot, and they're very independent. They probably are a business owner. Like they know their worth, right? And so they're not negotiating that with you. So the Sun is here. We have the new moon and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So isn't that interesting? I feel like the Queen of Wands is influenced to come see you, whether feminine or masculine. Don't get mixed up with the we're not reading body parts here, right? The Queen can be feminine or masculine because all humans, animals and plants, we all have feminine and masculine energy. So I feel like there's a breakthrough. I feel like the Queen of Wands has had a breakthrough here about you, and I think it happened over this new moon energy. So we have the new moon card here, which is specific to this deck, but we have the new moon card, and I feel like somebody wants to bring something full circle with you. Got the big moon at the center, right? And moons are love. They are the energy of emotion. We have the 8 of Pentacles. So this queen wants to really put in the hard work, is willing to put in the hard work and go over the details of what you want. They're willing to go over the details of the contract, but there's been a breakthrough with this queen, and this queen really wants you in their life. Tell me what happens here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. I think you're going to say yes. I feel like you're going to be careful though, because the Ace of Swords is here, and I feel like you're going to ask a series of questions and make sure you have the fine print and make sure you got all the clarity. And before you raise your sword and say this is a triumphant situation, I really feel like you're going to be very slow and methodical. You're going to go over all the details here, and you're not going to move quickly. And you've been apart from this person for a while. It feels like you've been on the outside looking in, watching them, right? We do have swords here. We have the Page of Swords, in fact. And then we have the Queen of Moons, who is the Queen of Cups. And I want to say that there is a lot of love here. Like there's a lot of love and affection and compassion. And like, I feel like you've been on the outside looking in, and while you've been away from this person, you've had a chance to think it over. And you've had a chance to get your stability about how you feel emotionally while you've been apart. So I feel for some of you that there is going to be someone coming in here that is going to offer you just a little something. It's not going to be on their knee, can you marry me? It's not going to be that, but it's going to be the start of something. We have Virgo energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We have... me choking on me. We have the sun, which is Leo. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. We have Cancer, Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo energy. Let's get another deck here. Let's get some more energy. Let's find out what else is going on for Scorpio, please. Tell me what's going on for Scorpio in the week ahead. These readings are always for the week ahead. You know that, right? No matter if you find them today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead, always going to be predictions. Tell me about Scorpio. What else does Scorpio need to know, please? Scorpio, we have romance here. We have this knight, this passive knight who is going to go at it slowly, going to make sure they don't spill not one drop of their emotions out of that cup. Somebody who I feel is maybe can get easily spooked, I'm going to say. It feels like with this water, you know, it's like I've ridden a horse through water before, and they can get easily spooked if they've never been in that particular lake or stream or whatever it is. And I feel like this person like is someone who can get easily spooked. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone else. Tell me what else we're talking about here. We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Star, and we have the Knight of Wands. So this is your wish. It's like a wish for you. It's a wish fulfillment thing. I feel like there is... The Knight of Wands tells me that this person is kind of charging in on you. It's almost like they're a little bit pushy. And what I know about fixed signs, what I think I know about fixed signs, because I'm one, is that we don't like to be pushed into anything. We don't like to be pushed into something. Don't put me on the spot and ask you a question, right? Don't put Scorpio on the spot and ask Scorpio a question and expect the answer immediately, because Scorpio is going to take it away and think about it. I'm not going to make this decision right away. And so I feel like somebody is arriving here. I feel like it is a romantic situation, and somebody is arriving here who's very good looking, very dashing, very brave. Like this is the person who, yeah, it just feels like whether it's feminine or masculine energy, it's somebody who's a protector, somebody who's always got your back. But mostly this person is very driven through desire. So I feel like they really desire you, and I think that you've been thinking about them a lot because the Star is here and it's wish fulfillment. It's also some healing, though. It's also, pouring yourself into whatever it is that you want. But I feel like you're wondering, is it really worth it? When this shows up, when the wish fulfillment shows up, like the Seven of Pentacles is here, and it tells me that one, you've been waiting a long time for it. But the other one is, do I really want it now? Do I really want to put in the energy that it takes in order to make this thing work? Who is the Knight of Wands, please? They could be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. We do have Aquarius here as well. We have, in the Knight of Cups, we do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. And tell me who the Knight of Wands is, please. Ooh, the Knight of Wands is somebody who's had a realization about you. What? What is going on? Scorpio, this person has had a realization about you, and they have, without a doubt, they know that you are the person that they want. They've chosen you. You're a choice. They've made a choice, and it's because of a realization. It's because the Tower is here, and that's why this person's on their horse headed to you at light speed, because they're like, wait a second, I didn't think that it was Scorpio, but now I know that it's Scorpio. I'm going to get on my horse and go. This is something that is happening like this, right? It's very quick. It's almost risky behavior, like somebody's like in the midst of doing something, and now they're just dropping what they were doing, and they're coming to see you because they've had some sort of a realization that you're the only person that will give them stability, comfort. You're the only person that dotes on them. You're the only person who gives them dependability, stability, and you're the person who is the doter, the kind one, the overgiver. And so this person here, I feel, has realized your worth. Tell me more about the Tower. What do we need to know about the Tower for Scorpio? That this is a breakthrough. This is a major breakthrough for this person. A major breakthrough is here. This person was previously feeling like their hands were tied or feeling like they couldn't see the situation for what it was because they kept thinking about you obsessively, but I feel like they felt stuck. Like they put themselves in this place of being stuck. And I feel like this sun showing up here is telling me that they get immediate clarity. They have a breakthrough. And they know that being with you is a place where they're going to be able to grow. The sun is all about growth, right? Spiritually, professionally, personally, in your career. They feel like they can grow with you here. King of Wands. There we go. So it is the King of Wands that we're talking about. And the King of Wands, whether they are an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, it doesn't matter. What matters is this is their energy. So it could definitely be someone who is a fire sign if that's who you're dealing with. But I feel like this energy is telling me that this person had to take a step forward because they felt inspired to do so. It's like the universe dropped in on them and said, go. It's go time. And I think that it is go time for them. Now, I want to say that you've been waiting a long time for this manifestation to show up. Tell me about this. Yeah, you've been ready and waiting to go on this path here. And I think you had your own realization. What's coming to you is really exciting news. This is an exciting situation, but I think it's impromptu. And that's going to be the hard part for you, Scorpio, because you're not an impromptu kind of person. You're a person who likes to strategically move toward things slowly, so you only have to do it once. So you want to make sure that you've got, all the T's crossed, all the I's are dotted. You want to make sure that you have all the information that you need so you don't have to backtrack yourself. So I want to say that you've been ready for a long time. With the Ace of Wands here, you've been ready for this really exciting path, and you probably have already felt it, my psychic friend. You know that it was arriving. You knew that it was going to come. You just didn't know when because the Seven of Pentacles is here. We have the Page of Wands here, and it tells me that this is an exciting impromptu visit. And it is exciting information that comes at you. In fact, it's coming at you really hard, like really quick here. So I feel like you've had your own realization. And the realization I feel for you is probably a spiritual one. That you have realized that I don't have to do anything. I just got to sit here and wait for this person to show up. Tell me what happens with these two here. We have the Nine of Wands. So you're behind the fear wall. It feels as though it's almost like you were ready to just kind of say, you know what, if this person shows up, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. I've waited long enough. I've been hurt long enough. I've been, there's 9 and 1, right? We have 9 wands and 1. It's like you're ready to drop the burdens and get on your way. You're ready to just move along because you've done a lot of healing here. And I feel like you've got something to say to this person, and that's probably the only reason why you let them back in. I feel like you have been disconnected from this person on the outside looking in, and it almost feels like at some point, and I don't think you're begging for love, but I feel like at some point you're like, fine, if you want to disconnect from me, that's fine. You keep your love. You do what you need to do, but it doesn't mean that it didn't hurt, right? We got the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It feels like you've gone through some sort of a healing phase here, that you've tried to look at things from another perspective other than your own perspective, right? It feels like you're trying to get perspective on the situation, and I think it made you open to receiving. But what's going to happen from here? I think what's going to happen from here is quick change, and then we fall in love. That's what it feels like after this conversation. This Knight of Swords here is pointing directly at the sun, so it feels like there is like aha moments all around. It's like that they are your person. You know that they are your person, and they also know that they are your person. I feel like this person, you had to wait for them to catch up with you intellectually and in this connection, and you had to wait for them to come forward to you because you decided that, whatever's meant for me will never pass me by. It's going to show up at my door. And I think that's what's happening. I think the Queen of Cups, feminine or masculine, is showing up for you. Compassionate, loving, and kind, a great parent, somebody who has psychic energy just like you. So you've probably been connected to them psychically. And that's probably why you knew how they were moving. It feels like two people here are connected psychically. Bottom of the deck, we've got Two of Wands. Yeah, I think you're going on the adventure and you're tired of waiting for it. And, I think you're just going to have to sit back and wait and watch and see if the Nine of Cups is actually what this is. It may not be the Nine of Cups, but it may be the 10, right? So maybe you're kind of wishy-washy on the 9. I don't know. Is this my wish fulfillment? But I think you quickly realize that the 10 of Cups is arriving at your door. All right. Well, we had 2 different series of love. We've got Pisces. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Gemini, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We've got more Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Gemini, Scorpio. We've got Aquarius energy. And yeah, there we go. All right. One more hand. Let's find out what else is going on here. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. What else do we need to know? I can't seem to get away from the love read for you today. Tell me about Scorpio. We have the King of Coins, the King of Cups, and we have the Hierophant. So we've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. There you are. I feel like you want to be face-to-face, or you may come face-to-face with someone who I feel you feel is somebody who might fit the bill in some sort of a commitment. Tell me what this is about here. Tell me about the King of Coins. What do we need to know? You are in love with the King of Coins. Look, you got yourself 3 love readings. So it feels like the last one, was the Queen of Pentacles, and now this one is the King of Pentacles. So we do have feminine, masculine energies all over the place. Pick your spot. But we do have the Two of Cups here. We have the Sun. So the King of Cups, the Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, that's you. You have had some sort of a realization. You know what? It feels like it's an extension of the last read. You've had some sort of a realization as well here that this is the person for you. We've got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, there is romantic feelings here and love. I feel like you have a cup, they have a cup, and I feel like this is going to end up in some sort of a commitment of some sort. It feels like somebody's learned a lesson. I want to say they've learned a lesson about stability and about stability in love. And I feel like it's you. I feel like you know what you want and that you're manifesting what you want. We do have the Page of Swords. You have questions, though. What are the questions? Now, when it comes to the Hierophant, you have questions. When it comes to following blindly, right? I see the Hierophant sometimes as a religious leader. Don't follow blindly. Make sure that you have all of the information that you need before you answer yes, before you answer no. But the Page of Swords tells me someone has questions, or I don't have enough information. I'm not really sure. Tell me about the Page of Swords. It also could be someone who you've had words with or had misunderstandings with. We do have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Wands. So it does feel like this situation, I feel like whoever the players are here. Now, look, they could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They could be, of course, your Scorpio, but they could be Cancer or Pisces. It could be Leo. We've got Aquarius energy here. I feel like you're attracted to this person, but I feel like in the past, they didn't give you any stability. But they're showing up as stability. They're now showing up as someone who wants to settle down, someone who wants to provide for you if that's what you require and that's what you want. Not everybody requires that or needs it. But the King of Coins is the one that's the most grown of all the kings, the one who's ready to settle down, be solid. I want to be your person. I now know that I'm in love. I want to give you a solid, grounded, dependable kind of love. And the Sun is here, which tells me that I feel like somebody's had a breakthrough. I think you've had the breakthrough, and I feel like you've been growing. And so I want to say that you made it to the throne before the King of Cups. I feel like you made it to the throne as the King of Cups because you've worked really hard on yourself. And I feel like you did that because you know that the next person that comes along, you want to be able to see it for what it is. So we have the Sun next to the Knight of Cups, and that's what tells me that there's a spotlight on this romance now. And you can see it now. Maybe you couldn't before, but you can see it now because of the King of Cups, because you've grown. We have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, and the King of Wands in the reverse. This is not going to start out as a physical connection. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very tantalizing. It's going to be exciting, but it's not going to be starting as a physical connection. I feel like you didn't take a step toward anybody because you were waiting for someone to take a step toward you, because you know that if it shows up, it's yours. The Knight of Coins tells me you waited a really long time, probably years. So let's get a couple of cards here. And we'll end this read for you. Give me the energies for Scorpio, please. We've got love, we've got purpose, and we've got fear. Well, makes sense. Checks out. So I feel like you really are kind of fearful about how this will end up. That's why you're not starting with passion. But I feel like you know that there's a purpose that this person is showing up. You realize that they're showing up at your door for a reason. And if it arrives to you, whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. And I feel like you're ready to commit. You're ready to commit to the practice of seeing love in others like you see it in yourself. But please understand that if you can't see it in yourself, you're never going to see it in others. But you are. You are. Bravo to you. I like it. I'm out for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I appreciate you, Scorpio. I'll be back for you because I'm always back. Bye-bye.